I'm so happy to be with you here because I really believe that what we experienced in the last 20 minutes, it's really an expert input on solidarity. So I also took notes on what you already said about and what you think about solidarity, because I think that's the magic of this concept that we have, that it's so lively, and it's something that it is created through us and by us. We actors that we are working on that, on the concept of solidarity. Of course, that we, as Marinella, you said, we are a Salto. Imagine, I think I have probably the most beautiful job in the world, because I work for a Salto, for a resource center that focus on solidarity, that has solidarity, this beautiful word, in the middle of it. So I do believe that it's a huge privilege to be to have the resources to focus only on that. So I do hope that through my very short input, I will bring you some more questions. I'm not sure if I will offer you answers, but at least some more questions regarding solidarity. To move on, I have a very short presentation, or at least I think it's short. So I will share my screen for that. Hope you see it. Yeah, I think you see it, everything. So I'm happy to be here and also to connect solidarity with volunteering, because I think it's not by chance. It's not that solidarity is in the middle of a volunteering program. Sorry. And I really like the question that what changed from EVS to Solidarity Core Program. Also, the name itself changed, and now we have a program that has a value, because I strongly believe that solidarity, it's even more than a value, but I relate that solidarity is a value. So we are working now with a program that has a value in the middle of it. So I think also the Commission and also the public policies send us a message that working on values is important. And this value connected with volunteering also give me the message that volunteering, it's an action that is based on values, and not any kind of value, but the value of solidarity. A bit about ourselves. We are a Salto center. That means that we focus a lot on producing resources and support for the program implementation. We are based in Vienna, in Austria, and we have a team of we are a team of 3 people. You can see in the picture Barbara and Georg, that we work together on this concept of solidarity, and not only, because our aim is to provide the network of national agencies, the Commission, and also you as organizations, support in implementation of the program. And how we do that? First, our main focus is to explore the concept of solidarity, to see what is this concept, what it brings in the field, to promote the use of the Solidarity Core Program as a tool to live solidarity, to bring it in your community, close to your daily life, and also to support the implementation of the program. We work mainly here with national agencies, but also with organizations. We are one of the actors that implements the net activities. Maybe you are familiar with the different activities that happens to support the implementation of the program. For example, we are also now working on mentoring and supporting the development of mentors. We are also working a lot on working with organization with Tosca. Maybe that's a concept that is familiar with you. So many activities that support the implementation of the program. We also our aim is to work on strategically networking regarding the implementation and connecting different actors that support the implementation of the program. And community building. We also want to create different communities around the program. And here, when I'm speaking about different communities of practice, We want to have a community of organizations that are active in the program, as also a community for tech, for example, the trainers that are implementing the on arrival and the midterms for volunteers. We want to create a community regarding mentoring, and we are also now like in the beginning of or at least thinking of a community regarding coaches for the solidarity projects. It's not the aim of the discussion now, because now we are focused on volunteering, but also the solidarity projects that are in the program. I think that they also need support in their implementation. So this is who we are and what we do. If you have any further questions, contact us. We are very happy to answer your questions. Now I would maybe stop the screen sharing, and I would share a video. I don't know, I think I can do it, because when you speak about solidarity, we also, one of the first things that we did was to focus on what is the understanding of solidarity in the field. And we had a research about that, and the outcomes I would like to present it with a video. And so that was one of the first things that we did in the resource center, was to ask people around us what is their understanding about solidarity. It really, we started as a bit of how you started this meeting. And then people, of course, that when they heard about solidarity, a lot of questions appeared in their mind, and people had different opinion about it. And we asked, as the video said, we asked policymakers, researchers, young people. So there were a lot of disagreeing regarding solidarity, but they agree, all of them, they agree on four, as it was in the video, of four main concepts that are connected with solidarity. And I would just maybe share again my presentation, because I think it's nice to have it in the good. And these concepts are empathy, human rights, active citizenship, and inclusion. So when you speak about solidarity, these four ones are really connected with that. That means, so when you are showing empathy, that means you are showing solidarity. When you are fighting for human rights, or when you are using your privilege in order to defend the rights of the others who are not having access to human rights, it's when you show solidarity. And this is something that active citizenship, I think you also mentioned in the debate, that solidarity is also about acting. You have it as a value inside you, but if you don't act on it, and if you don't create your actions around it, it stays empty. So it's really connected with active citizenship. And of course, solidarity is about inclusion. It's also about inclusion. It's not only about inclusion, but it also has the inclusion perspective. And this is what the study also said, very interesting, is that it's the inclusion also with the ones that don't agree with you. Because in solidarity, we don't have to agree with everyone. The solidarity, it's also a way to, let's say, to create inclusion for everyone, and debate and to learn from the differences. Yeah, I don't know, wait a second. And now also in the study, we also had a few questions. Because as I said, the study was not about sharing definition, but also having some, let's say, debate based on some founding. So we have these four concepts, but then also we had some open questions. And one of the questions is, what really motivates people to act in solidarity? And here maybe I will put the questions and invite you to reflect all together. So what really motivates people to act in solidarity? What do you think it really motivates? Is it the feeling of helping the others? Is it the feeling of a win-win situation? And maybe here, if you work with volunteers, maybe you have asked them, what is their motivation of being part of this program? What is behind that? Another question is solidarity something that is only practiced within the close group? Or should it be extended to people who don't always share our values and interests? Because this is something very interesting. Solidarity it's a term that has a history behind. And in different countries, it means different things, also connected with the background that it comes with. Originally I'm from Romania, and I lived a very, very short time of my life in communist. But back then, we also were forced to act in solidarity. I remember my sister, who is a bit older than me, she had this volunteering by like in school, right? Forced by the state to do it. So, and also then the solidarity was a value, right? So then is the idea of, is it to close the community? We can use it to close the community, or we extend it and we open it also with people who don't share our values and interests. Another question is, how is solidarity reflected in youth work principles, values, and actions? Because of course, now we have very much connected, we have this word of solidarity very much connected with youth work, but youth work was before, of course, the program itself. And how this connects, how these two connects. Was solidarity in youth work even before the program, even if we didn't talk about it, and even if we didn't debate it as much as now we do it? Or is it the youth work the channel to bring solidarity to young people? What's your opinion about how the solidarity connects with youth work? Another question that we also looked at is how personal learning for young people being balanced with making an impact in the community. And here it's also connected with the question that you already discussed in the debate that we had in the morning about EVS and the Solidarity Corps program, if something has changed or not. I think one of the most important element that changed is that now the focus is not anymore, is not only on learning dimension of the young person, but also on the impact in the community. The Solidarity Corps program brings this into the discussion, that you do a volunteering stage, not only for your personal learning as a young person, but also to bring value in the community where you act. And then the question is that this personal learning excluding the impact in the community, or these two concepts can go very well together and be in balance, and how to ensure that we as project managers. And the last question that I want to bring with you, and maybe to also to discuss it, is how is the worldwide approach to solidarity affect due to the current global pandemic? Because this study that we did was in 2019. So we had the results of the study in 2020, where all these four concepts were connected with solidarity. And one of the outcomes of the study was that solidarity is a living concept. It's like culture. You don't have a definition and that's it. It's something that it's also connected with the current realities. So then I'm just wondering, and maybe I will just put the question here, is the definition and understanding of solidarity changed due to the current realities that we are living in? So these are just few questions and thoughts, food for thoughts, let's say like that, that maybe we can start discussing and reflecting on that. I don't know if you have any questions for me directly now, or together we can also debate on the questions that are in that I just said. So what motivates you to act in solidarity? What motivates you to be an important actor of this program?
That would be the question for everybody.
Maybe just to reflect, even if we don't want to share it, just think about that. And also another question is, have you showed solidarity with someone that doesn't agree with you? For example, it was a very interesting moment. We were in the European Youth Week in Brussels, in the Commission, in the European Parliament. And then there we had a very large Canva where we invited everyone that participated in the European Youth Week in 2019, of course, to share their opinion, what they think about solidarity. And of course, that even if we were in the European Parliament, I saw on the big Canva on the wall, someone that put there something like we should not we should not use solidarity to allow migrant integration or something. So it was clearly a comment against migrant integration in the European Parliament. And I remember that the colleagues from the Commission, because they were also next to us, one person came and said, "What is with this comment? We need to delete it. We need to take it out from the Canva." And my reaction was like, no, we need to have conversation based on a solidarity value, also with people that don't agree with us, and also with the persons that have different opinion than us. So
even more so, I guess.
Exactly, because that comment was still mild. If you look at what happens in the social media and also in our day-to-day in our communities, the comments that we receive there are much stronger than this one. So I do believe that solidarity can be a frame where we can have these conversations, because if not here, then where? If not with the aim of showing solidarity, then where? We will end up creating even more exclusion. So it's also to reflect is what kind of difficult conversations you had based on solidarity, and also what is the, let's say, because I think this is also interesting when you work with volunteers, because they come from different countries with a different background, and in a different country. So maybe to discuss what is their historically understanding of solidarity, because this is really challenge, it can really impact how they relate with solidarity in the host country. As I said, I'm coming from a communist country. For me, solidarity doesn't have in the beginning a very positive, let's say, positive background. But here, for example, in Vienna, the idea of solidarity is so present in the local society, and people are so connected and reacting to this in a very positive way. So I think it's also something that you should also maybe discuss, or I encourage you to discuss with the volunteers, but that you are hosting or sending. What is their understanding and the historical package regarding solidarity?
We have a comment. Sorry, Romina. We have a comment in the comment section. So maybe it's related to your input. So I think it says like this: I think people are more aware of the importance of solidarity, altruism, and the feeling that we are capable of helping others when they need help. So this is a comment from anonymous person, and you can see it here. I can share if you wish the screen, so you can see it as well. And we have also a question, which maybe comes later after you finish this debate.
Exactly. And what is lovely, I think, as I said, I think it's a gift that we have a program that has solidarity in the name of it, is because we have the space to discuss all this. And I relate also with the question that was before, if it is a priority in our community. I think that the Commission really sent a message by having this program that at least for them, or at least for the field of volunteering, solidarity, it is a priority. And because it's so generous in terms of understanding, it also gives us the space to shape this definition. And I think we have kind of a historical opportunity to shape the understanding of solidarity in youth work and volunteering, because it's up to us to send a message also to young people and in our communities. And how solidarity is in projects, I think that's not up to me to discuss, or at least not now. But I do hope that my questions at least brought some food for thought for you. And yeah, I think we can move to see concrete examples, right?
Do you want to answer the question now? Or you have a question for you here in Padlet. Would you like it to answer it now or later?
I don't see it, so I don't
I will
see it.
read
I
it
can
if you
also,
want.
yeah.
Yeah. So it says, what do you notice as the biggest challenge that the European Solidarity Course program and its beneficiaries can face during implementation? And then in brackets, volunteer activities for young people, taking into account the consequences and the current situation with COVID. So biggest challenges regarding COVID in implementation.
Oh, there are so many. The biggest, I don't know if there is, the biggest is first to have people in the countries, right? And then to have the space for them to interact with other and not to stay in front of the computer and just to be trapped, to go on the feeling of trapped. But I think that the challenge is in terms, exactly, the mobility itself. But the challenge in terms of solidarity as a value, because that's also what I want to emphasize, is how to make sure that there is a common understanding of solidarity in the actions. And it's also how to make sure, or to, because I think someone of you said that youth, they are acting in solidarity, but they are not always aware of that. And I think this is also another challenge, is to give the message to the volunteers that they are actors of solidarity through their actions and through their presence in the host country. They are contributing to solidarity in Europe. And this is not a small thing to do. That's huge. So they are the actors of solidarity in the community.
Good. Thank you very much. Good. You'll still have time to comment and ask questions to Romina, because she's staying with us today, and she will also give us a little bit more input on probably a bit more like practical or implementation part of the programs.